All right. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai, by Hashem Lakar Akwadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the brothers and Aqua, doing his work in sincerity and the truth. The hopeful elect, the brothers waiting every day, praying for Yahweh Shemel Shai to return so we can get out this place. Peace and salutation to you, brothers. I want to get into basically we're going to a continuation basically on the mark of the beast, man. Christians and everybody think, oh well, y'all repeating the same thing and things. Hey, but we gotta pound it in your brains, man. This is a top this is a top prophecy. Although all the prophecies are top, but this is what we're looking for, you know. And we have to warn the people, man. And the Lord is gonna warn His people, man. Okay, we're not gonna sit here and be not doing the will of the Lord. And we was commanded to go out here and warn the people, you know. And the people are basically, you know, that's why the Most High has it chosen, you know. It's not. This thing is only for certain people, you know, and whoever think that, and you got a lot, you know, whoever think that this is not important is stupid. You got a lot of camps out there that's denying the mark of the beast just because of their pride. You know, they believe it's just a great millstone doctrine, which was given to us in Great Millstone by Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua to warn the people. If you tell a person that it's you should be able to understand that you shouldn't put any device in your inside of you. Well, you got people that get surgeries. We should tell them that. You know, we know although it's still gonna happen, but you know for a fact that this is a major prophecy, man. Okay. No, and it's obvious that, you know, it's about pride. It's not about really bringing out the truth. It's about looking a certain way in front of people that you are more smarter than these men. Hey, listen, man, we going by the Spirit, and we gonna still stick with the Spirit. Okay. So you camps that can deny the mark, that the chip, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, and tell people not tell them to take them. You should be smart not to take it. No, you're not actually even telling the people, your followers, that they shouldn't take it. You know, you're giving them options. And in how about Shemal Shah, the option is what? Life or death. So you're not giving them the proper options. You letting them choose death. A lot of you Judas goats, man. It's not embargo. You know, it is a physical chip. And Nate, yeah, I ain't talking too much. It's June, and watch this June. Watch when June comes. It's gonna be a chip. It's gonna be more about the chip, more information about the chip. You know. Now you see the article ahead of you. It says, "Watch fully paralyzed man walk again using brain-controlled exoskeleton prototype." Okay. Now, the exoskeleton prototype basically is a harness that goes on the outside of a person's body. In this case, a person who has a disability. Basically, he's a quadriplegic, meaning all four of his limbs don't work. You know, so in this case, he wants to walk again. You know, basically, I believe he had an accident. I'm gonna read this. It's gonna be a little lengthy, but I'm gonna show the video. All right, because this is nothing but sorceries and sorceries from the so-called white man. You know, to get you to get into this chip. You know, right? Take it without without any type of denial or uproar, you know, certain ways, because just basically a person would say, you don't want me to see anymore, because these chips, letting these people see it or see as much as they can, or these chips, or accepting the chip. This is a reward of accepting the chip, basically. You know, you can be able to see, walk again, hear again. Okay. All right. These is what the people are looking for. So let's get into it. Okay, it says a French man paralyzed from the shoulders down is again walking tall thanks to the incredible advances in neuroscience. Now, neuroscience, if you go back to Emperor Nero, that's what neuro comes from, basically the head. I mean, actually your cranium, your mind, in case. Because Nero was fucking crazy. And basically, he was crazy. So it was a Nero nutcase, man. All right? So neuro is basically neuroscience. It's knowledge of the head, all right? Basically, using a cutting-edge robotic exoskeleton controlled by brain power alone to begin regaining his mobility, all right? So it says he began his mobility. It says the 28-year-old quadriplegic identified only as Thibault. Let me get the word. Let me see, what does this word Thibault mean? Let me get a web search on this real quick. Thibault. A control-minded. Let me get the word, the definition. Salakia. Okay, it's Wikipedia. Let me see. I wonder if it was a name that was. I'm gonna get the definition. Give me 10 seconds. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I'm gonna see if there's a definition to it. Okay, it's basically what he is. Okay, this is Thibault is a French person name or surname, a form of Theobald, a Germanic name composed from the element Theo people, or bald or bold. They give you too much information on that. Okay, I want to go back to the article. Okay. No, this is not the right one. Let's go back. Okay. It says the 20-year-old quadriplegic, identified only as Thibault, has spent the last 2 years testing the high-tech suit in a Clinic Research Center in Grenoble, France, which has allowed him to get back on his feet after a severe accident in 2015 left his spinal cord severed. Now, I read another article. Basically, he fell from a balcony out of a club, so it severed the spinal cord. The Clinic Center showed off some of his breakthroughs on Friday in a new video footage. So they're showing all that their miracles, all right, demonstrating how the futuristic technology works in action. So they basically advertising, you know. Before the test began, Thibault had 2 brain implants installed in order to transmit a signal. So to get this exoskeleton to move in the proper way, he had to basically get an implant inside of his brain. All right, his cerebral, his cortex, one of his head. Okay, and practice movements on a virtual simulator. So they had him practicing on a virtual simulator with his mind. Okay, now you think people not gonna want this, man? That's in this condition. Can't see, can't hear. No. Which helps to decode his brain waves and generate an algorithm. Because the algorithm is basically math steps, you know, just steps for the basic steps for the robotic suit. Since starting real trials with the exoskeleton, which he has on, been able to walk more than 100 meters in total. So 100 meters, if you put that by 300, I think it's 325 multiplied, it's about 328 feet. Okay, in total. This is what he said. This is what was said. This said this isn't about turning a man into a machine, which is a lie. They want to turn everybody into basically that the machine what they call that it's a saying about machine and man. I know one is a cyborg, and another one is something else. I can't get it out. He says, but responding to a medical problem, Alam Lewis Benadab, co-author of a new study on exoskeleton published in the Lancet Neurology Journal, told Rutgers, "We're talking about repaired man, not augmented man." So the word argument. Get the word argument real quick. Having made a greater size of value, noted or containing an interval which is one semitone greater than the corresponding major or perfect interval. So now they saying they're not trying to make them greater, they're just trying to make them back walking again. Okay, we're not trying to make them in a machine. We're not trying to do more. We're just trying to make them we're just trying to make him walk again. But he's saying not augmented man. So basically, we're not trying to augment or make him better. We're just trying to get him back to what he was. Okay, the technology, while impressive, is a long way for everyday use. So they're trying to say, but man, the Lord, hey, and Daniel just say, knowledge shall be increased. You don't understand how fast knowledge is being increased so fast that this thing can happen in weeks, to the point where everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon at first to try to get this chip put in their head, and the people who have quadriplegia, can't see, can't hear, etc. However, Tom Shakespeare, professional of the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, said a proof of concept is a long way from a usable clinical possibility. He's trying to say it's longer and warn of the dangers of the hype. So if you try to do it, it might be it's maybe a danger. Okay, exoskeleton hand lets quadriplegic manipulate objects with power of their mind. Okay, I'm gonna bring the video up sooner or later because we're at the end of it. It says, nevertheless, the boat remains optimistic about the new technology. So he's happy about it, man. It says his new technology's potential, which he says sends a message of hope, and that's the underlying thing. Most people want to they got hope in this thing, man. To see that they can come back and walk again. I can walk again, and you don't want me to do that. I could do what I made. In the ancient days, they belief will get you all the way there. But you know, a lot of these are heathens, man. It says the message of hope, like people like me, adding this is possible even with our handicap. Let me read the last caption. It says, I can't, he said, this is what the man said. He says, I can't go home tomorrow in my exoskeleton, but I've got to a point where I can walk. So he's happy to walk again. They say it's a possibility even to his handicap. So, hey, what you think? These people are not going to want this, man? You're not going to want to be walking around again and speaking and at least doing the socializing again like normal, so-called normal. Okay? Right? Okay, let's start here. 2 Corinthians 4:4. Okay? 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4 says, in whom let's read it from 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And you know, and it's hidden to the gospel that we preach. It's hidden to them that are lost, meaning you guys that really can't get this thing is lost. It's hidden to you. The Lord blinded you, man. Okay, and them and whom the God of this world, which is Satan, which is the spiritual demon Satan, has blinded the minds of them which believe not. Okay, so you believe not. Why? Because Yahweh Shema Shai has allowed it, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh Shai, who is in the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. So we until Yahweh Shema Shai let you hear it and see it, it's up to Yahweh Shema Shai. to give you the understanding. It says, for we preach not ourselves, but Yahweh Shai, the Lord, and ourselves, your servants, for Yahweh Shai's sake. All right? Let's go to 2 Corinthians, because we're not fooled about none of this, man. Okay? The 2 Corinthians 2:11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. So we see this. We, as men of the Lord, we see what this is about, man. We're not fooled or swayed, man. Okay? I think I gotta go. Yeah, kind of. And we're not fooled about it, you know. If they can deceive the very elect, hey, but it ain't gonna happen. Because the very elect is going to continue in his work and his word, or Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Now, if those are here, it's here to them that are lost. And if you lost, it's because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Let's go to Peter's. All right? Peter's 5:8. All right? 1 Peter's 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because of your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So this thing right here could fool people. It could be engulfed. You could be engulfed. That's why the 2/3 is going to go down, man. They are the one that's celebrating with Esau. Like down in that Amber Geiger case, man. You see how Jake was all on her, pulling, undressing the mammy, giving her hugs, and Sambo-ass brother go give her a hug. Hell no, you killed my brother. Stupidly. You get 10 years and going to do less time. You know, and then probably have some type of GoFundMe for when you get out. You got $1.5 million, $2 million, and now you rich. Okay? It's crazy, man. Jake is full of shit, man. Jake always want to forgive, man. Right? And the so-called white man ain't forgiving, ain't gonna forgive shit. They don't forget OJ taking his own shit back or killing his wife, man. Okay? You niggas gonna learn, man. This devil's always gonna be a devil. Let's get into it, man. Let's go to Revelation 18:23. Revelation chapter 18, verse 23. It says, "And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, for thy merchants were great men of the earth, for by the sorceries were all the nations deceived." So by the sorceries of the so-called white man, hey, all that shit that went down, man, hey, the nations were deceived by what? The so-called white man. Okay? About what you see. It's things like seeing guys could walk, see again, hear again. You know, they trying to play Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai through their technologies, which is their witchcraft, man. All right, and their witchcraft is gonna come into the forefront, and everybody's gonna be in awe at the beginning. But when they start seeing that everybody's gonna have to take this chip, it's gonna be a big uproar to people, man. Right now they don't even know. Let's go to this is Nahum 3:4. It says, "Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot and the mysteries of witchcraft that selleth nations," right? Nations are sold into this shit. Let's get to the word sell. Right? The word is makar. Makar. Okay, it goes into, I want to go down to the third definition, is to be given over to death. So they giving themselves over to death, man. This chip is death. Okay? So accepting this chip would bring death. Okay? That selleth. Okay? It says, let me read it from the top. It says, "Because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot," which is America, "and the mysteries of witchcraft," which is the so-called white man, and his witchcraft, which is spiritual demon Satan, okay, which engulf the minds of the people, which you see all over this country. It's all witchcraft, deeply. Actually, the whole world is full of it, man. That's why it's a light, you know, which are the elect, man, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. All right, so she selleth these families. They're basically selling them into death. All right. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 47. Okay, because you being sold into death when you accept this mark of the beast, and when you accept the non-understanding or the reasoning of about behind this, when the other Jakes don't even broadcast that the chip is the mark of the beast. So if you don't put that in the forefront, people, Israelites is going to take it, you know, and then it's going to be Judas ghosts. You going to follow these men, and you're going to go into your hell, your death. Verse this is Isaiah 47 and verse 9. It says, because these two things shall come in a moment, and one day a loss of children and widowhood, they shall come unto thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for thy great abundance of thy enchantments. Because for all the enchantments that you did in the minds of the people, that's what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna receive. The word enchantment goes into the word chabar, okay, which means, I'm gonna go to the third definition. The third one, it says a magician, charmer, or spell. So you under a spell. Let's go to the Strong's definition from a society, also a spell charmer. So you being under a spell in America, all right? To believe that this chip or all these technologies is to help. No, this technology is to introduce you into the mark of the beast, which is the chip. So you see all these little miracles that's happening. What you think these devils ain't been practicing on these exoskeletons for years and years? No, that company probably ain't got it together. I mean, you know what I mean? But they're learning. So now these other companies that already had it, because you already seen exoskeletons. See, these exoskeletons ain't nothing new. These wavelengths ain't nothing new. That company probably just getting into it and getting their stuff together. All right. Let's go over on the first 10. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and I know and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. And that goes into America when they say, you can see they're sometimes in their military logo, an army of one. They said they are, and there ain't nobody else beside them. Okay. All right. Let's go to Revelations again. Revelations 21. Revelations 21 and 8. Revelations 21 and 8 says, but the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and the murderers, and whoremongers, and the sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So this is what it's about, man. It said the scriptures before. It says sell its people, which is selling it into death. Now you're gonna see it. You're gonna see death in abundance, man. All right, he says sources. This is all about the white man's sources. Don't be tricked by the wicked sorceries, man. About the chip, okay. This man has had that man that you seen at the beginning. He has an implant in his head, man. All right, and which is the chip, RFID chip. It could track you. All right, let's get into the chip real quick. All right. Revelations 13 and 16, okay? Let's go to 13 and 13. It says, and he doeth great wonders. And that's a great wonder. All right? Those great wonders are the things that set in front of the people. Okay? We know this goes into dropping the fire, but it's still great wonders that this witchcraft is he doing. We know about this fat man and little boy, but still, or nuclear weapons or things of that nature. But these are wonders that part of this beast. No, that chip or exoskeletons, with people going to accept this mark of the beast to be basically try to be as normal as they can possibly be. Verse 13 again, it says, he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Right. That's going into the nuclear weapons, but it's still great wonders that's up front of the nations. And the nations are amazed and marvel at this so-called white man and his technology, man. Okay, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. For so-called white man was hurt for 1,000 years, took him back and came back out, and his wound was healed after that 1,000 years. Okay. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as should not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Now the word mark goes into the word what? Okay, charagma, right? It says a stamp or imprinted mark. Okay, so think about this, man. Stamp. Now you get a tattoo, but when you get a tattoo, they have to do what to your skin? Okay, it has to be what? Engraving. So that's what this whole definition is about. They have to cut into your skin to have that ink go into your body. Let's read it from the top of the definition. Charagma. It says a stamp or imprinted mark, or a mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand of the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. So it's going to be, that's what this chip is about. He has a chip in his mind, his brain, that he can control his limbs. Now it's going to be produced massively, so it could be, so you could be basically followed. It's a basic RFID chip. It's everything. So they want to chip you, man. It says, and the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, and the mark branded upon horses. Yeah, like when they take a hot iron and hit the horse on the side, so you know whose this horse belongs to. So if it get lost, whose it is. This is what the so-called white man has, man. It says things carved, sculptured, and graven. To grave anything, you have to cut, man. So there's a cutting and carved. You have to carve something. You have to chip and carve away. So this is going to be in a cutting into your skin, which is basically the same thing that they do to insert with a needle. They have to carve inside your skin. An idolatrous image, right? Let's go down to the definition. It says from the same of 584, 82, a scratch or etching. So to etch anything, you're still scraping. That is stamped as a badge of servitude. So you don't want to have that badge. All right, you want to repent to Yahweh Shem Shai. You niggas need to repent, man. Or sculptured figure and graven marks. So to grave anything, you have to cut. So to cut, they use that syringe and insert the mark of the beast, which is that chip inside of your skin. On both hands, head, it don't matter. Okay? The chip is to have you have servitude and tell you and against and basically to follow Yahweh Shema Shah, you're gonna be killed to receiving this mark, okay? All right. And we'll go down, we'll finish. It says that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, because it is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. Okay, let's go to same Revelations, because this is what's gonna happen if you accept that. Even you quadriplegic, man. You know, Yahweh Shema Shah made you that way, man. Okay, this is Revelation 16:2. It says the first went out and poured his. Let's read it from the top. It says, and I've heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai upon the earth. And the first went and poured his vials upon the earth and fell. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So this fell as grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. Okay, let's get the word grievous. Okay, the word grievous. Okay, it says a full of labor, annoyance, pressed, harassed by labors, bringing toil, annoyance, peril, at the time full of peril, to the Christian faith, and it's gonna happen to everybody. Steadfastness causing pain and trouble, bad of a bad nature or condition in the physical sense, diseased and blind in the ethical sense, evil, wicked, bad. So this is not a good thing, man. It's a grievous mark. Let's get it from the derive of a hurtful that is evil. This is an evil thing. It's just a grievous source which is going to come upon it, which is influenced, thus differing from, which referring rather to a central character as well as from, which indicates degeneracy from as a calamitous, also passively ill, that is diseased, but especially culpable, that is derelict, vicious. It goes into a lot. There's mischief, malice, guilt. Okay, this grievous, man. Okay, is the devil or sinners, bad, evil, grievous, harm, lewd, malice. Okay, so receiving that is all those things is wicked, man. Okay, let's go to the next scripture. Revelations 22. Since this thing is not a game, it's really out. Don't be fooled by the so-called white man's his smooth talk, man. All right. Blessed are they that do his commandments, which are going to be the elect, do the best of their ability, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gate into the city. For without our dogs and our sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, or whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Okay? Because without this, man, you're opposite. And that's the rest of these nations, man, and basically our people. This is really about our people, you know. So-called white man and the rest of the nations going to get theirs, man, but you can't be fooled by this devil, man. This is Proverbs chapter 24 and 20. We're going to end it off on this real quick, okay? This Jake don't care, but the word of the Lord is gonna come out, man. All right. This is Proverbs 24 and 20. It says, "For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out." And that's what's gonna happen. So, and with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Peace, salutations, and shalom.